Hello everyone, today we're going to be making a cute pair of earrings, and what you're going to need are you're going to need UV resin, of course. You'll need a mixing bowl and you'll need a mixing tool. You'll need 2 fishhook earrings, and you're going to need some jump rings. And I have this mold, which I think is great, but I had 2 of them and they have this little nibby thing there so that it makes a hole. So what I did was, on the second one that I have, I just cut that thing off, as you can see. And we're going to be using the larger circle and then the smaller circle that doesn't have that little hole piece there. So you'll need some little, these are actually just little plastic pieces that I had cut out in circles so that they fit into these molds. And what they are is, I went to the Dollar Tree and I got these like little bags. They're like for cookies or just a gift that you're giving. And you know, for $1.25 you get 25 of them. And all I did was I took one of them and I just cut out the pieces I needed. So I'll need 2 so that they match. So I'll have to cut out this one and this one. All right. You'll also need, oops, I almost forgot, you'll need some silver glitter. So to begin with, we'll just move everything aside. And since I already cut these out, I'm just going to show you how to make the first pair using that. All right, so I'll need this one too, but I'm trying to get organized here. So I'm just going to put some, nope, I might be out of resin. Yeah, I think I'm out of resin. Oh, let's try this one. Just going to put a little in there. You don't need much. And then I'm going to put some glitter. Just a little glitter. And then I'm going to mix it up. And then, like I said, I'm going to use the larger one and then this smaller one. So before we start doing that, I'm going to have to get a piece of tape and then just make sure that there's nothing left in there, either resin or any kind of dust or particles. And then I'm just going to do just a very thin layer of this glitter mixture. And then just make sure that it goes right to the edges. And then we're going to cure this. As soon as I'm done here, we're going to cure this for 90 seconds on each of these. Now that that's cured, I'm going to place the little cutouts into these molds. And this one I actually did like a little cutout that's going to go around that little nibby there. So I'm just going to place that inside. Make sure that that goes around that little part that does the hole. And then just place this one into the smaller circle. Make sure that it's in there really well. And then with the UV resin, we're just going to do a small little layer over the top. And we're going to make these quite thin because they're going to be earrings. And then just make sure that you get the resin right to the edges. Okay, and then I'm just going to clean this off with a baby wipe. Set that aside. And then I'm going to use my lighter to make sure that there's no bubbles. I'm just going to go over it lightly. And then I'm going to cure this for 180 seconds, each of these. Now that they're cured, we can remove them. There might be some little ends and we can cut that off. As you can see, they're very, very thin. So we can just use a pair of scissors and then just cut off like any little ends that are sticking up. So you can see that. I'm just trimming it. And then we'll just fill that in with some extra UV resin. We'll just do a top layer and we'll dome it slightly, which means that it'll do like a curve above. And then it'll also hide the areas that you clipped off. Okay, and then I'll use my lighter to get rid of bubbles. And then we're going to cure this for 180 seconds. And since they're out of the mold, you can do them together. All right, now that that's done, I would like to connect them. And I'm going to need a glass tile with some resin. So we'll place, do it sideways. So we'll place sticky tack on there and then place this resin piece. I'm just going to turn it a little bit and then have the hole up there and Make this sticky tack a little higher. And then I'm just going to connect it so that it's even. But first, I'm going to put a little UV resin on it. And then place it on. And then I'm also going to add a little bit more UV resin onto this piece. And then we're going to cure it for 180 seconds. Now that that's done curing, you can remove it from the sticky tack. And then you just take your jump ring, and this is a 8mm jump ring. And then you just open it up to the side, place it on your earring, and then you place on a fishhook earring, and then you just close it up. Make sure that your jump ring is closed all the way. And there you have a holiday earring. So I started another one, so I have a set, and so I just roughly cut it out of that little baggie, and it's only on one side, so I made sure I went in between so I can use these other snowflakes for something else. So I just did a rough cut, so I'll need my molds to see exactly where to cut the rest of it. And so it's fairly close to the snowflake. So I'm just going around very carefully. It's not going to be cut perfectly. I mean, if you could cut it perfectly, that would be great. I'm just doing my best to get a good circle here. Might have messed that one up a little bit, but there we go. And you can trim it if you need to. And then where that little hole nubby is, all I did was I did like a triangle, like so. And then I just cut out that little triangle part, like so. And you might have to just trim that a little too, just the ends, just so that it'll go around. And then you can see if it fits. And it does. So that's that one finished. And you can use this too, just to measure the circle. And that actually goes very close to the dots. So, oops, let me put that over there. And then we'll just cut very carefully around in a circle, very close to the dots. You may have to do a little trimming here and there if you cut it kind of weird looking, but like so. And then I'm just rounding off like any weird edges. Okay, so that one's done. And we should check it just to make sure that it fits into that little circle. And it does. You can just pop it back out. Okay, so again, we have to mix up some of the glitter resin. Alright, so this one's done. We can remove it. And as you can see, there's the glitter. And then on this side, we have to clip those edges. Alright, this one's done curing, and the other one is waiting under the lamp until this one is done, so I can cure both of them at the same time. Alright, now that these are done curing, we're going to do the same thing as we did with this one, except we're going to do it the opposite way, because when you have a pair of earrings, especially something like this, you want them to look the same on both sides as you wear them. So we'll just place this one here. And then this one will go here. Now I'm just making sure that when they hang, they look the same. So, let's see. Okay, so then we'll take this one off and place just a little bit here of the UV resin. Oops. Put this back on. Now, as you can see, when you put it back on, it kind of squishes out the UV resin, which is okay, because like on the other pair, we're just adding just another layer on top to cover that up. And then we're just going to take our lighter, make sure there's no bubbles, and we're going to cure this for 180 seconds. Alright, now that this is done cured, we can take it off. And as you can see, they're opposites. Alright, now we can put the jump ring on. Just open it up to the side. Place it through the hole, and then you're going to put your fish hook earring on opposite the way you have it on this one, and then close it up, and there you have it. They're very festive and they're very pretty for Christmas. Don't they look great? So if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and press that bell for further notifications of my upcoming videos. Also, in the description box below, you will find links to my jewelry, artwork, and my photography. Thank you again for stopping by. See you soon. Bye-bye.